Okay, let's start. Okay, everything's ready. Hear my voice. Okay, let's begin. Okay, uh, first of all, I'm gonna open up a new file. Hmm. This is very which I updated. It doesn't matter which version you use. I just sort of like updated mine. So yeah, this there's this new feature. Okay, let's play around a little bit. It doesn't matter if you don't have it, but this just came out like 2 weeks ago. You can like do AI art in Illustrator, just in case that if you're wondering what's going on. Okay, like make a shape of any kind, and then I guess you click on the selection tool. This toolbar will pop up says generate. Okay, once you click on that, type anything you want. Like this is not. This is just additional information. Okay, you don't have to really go through this with me. It's a dog with wings. Okay, let's try something like that. Okay, see what happens. I spell wings. Yeah, so it's actually okay. Let's see uh, how it works. Okay, I was generating image using AI generator. I guess made from Adobe's uh, server, and yeah, it's giving me a feedback on different variations of vector art, which the prompts I type in dog with wings. Okay, so yeah, I think once it's generated, yeah, here's my dog with wings. Okay, and it's in a vector format. Okay, just in case that like you have just 2 years string. Okay, just in case that you need this feature. Okay, there's another dog with a more of a low pulse type of effect. Not it's like actually back of the uh at the foot of the dog, so kind of weird. But of course, do some adjustments as you please. Like this one's a nice one. I think it's a yeah, some kind of mini dog, like that. The dog wings. So yeah, of course, it's a vector format in which you could change the anchor points to whatever you like. Okay, so it's handy to use in case you want to mess with AI. Okay, so yeah, it's there and heard it's coming to also other platforms that they have it. Photos have to be, of course, now it's Illustrator, and they have it also. Yeah, okay, so once you want to do any art but you can't draw anything, you can always use AI. Okay, it's just additional information for you guys to know. Well, because I happen to update my Illustrator, so yeah. Okay, let's get to our first thing. Okay, today we want to talk a little bit of some of the rest of the tools. Okay, some are usable, some may not be, depending on your circumstances. Okay, of course, short preview. We have here the selection tool, direct selection tool, and of course, Magic Warp, the lasso tool. I think you guys all have the hang of it. Okay, I can tell by your feedback on your um, projects that you know doing, and with all with this type tool, the line tool, for example, the shaper tool. Yeah, and all these like different tools you could like actually. Yeah, I think I've been through all these. Okay, maybe except this one. Open warp. Let me like have a chance like do something with it and show you guys, but not right now because I want to show you guys what's the rest of these tools are, and then we'll get into some of the input and the object. Okay, especially I want to work on blend shape. Okay, actually the blend tool, okay? The blend selection. Actually, you can do a lot of stuff with blend, and a lot of vector artists use blend to do all sorts of art. Okay, so we'll be diving into the blend tool mostly today. Okay, but before that, I want to like get all the rest of these like all checked out for you guys to know what's going on. And first, I want to use we've been through the shape code, right? Okay, the next one will be the perspective grid. Okay, this is just in case that if you want to build anything perspective, okay, maybe you're looking at it, okay, you're doing a illustration of a house or a box or some sort, your perspective has to be right. Okay, let's click on that, and then there are grids. Okay, grids on sides, the left side, right side, and on the floor. Okay, so it's actually sort of like the say a point perspective, with the transparent uh, grid under, so it's sort of like a three perspective type of a situation. Okay, once you click on that grid tool, okay, notice that there's a small like icon right here, which there's like uh, a left grid, right grid, and a horizon. Okay, so if, let's get into that. Okay, the default probably on the left. Okay, there are these sort of like anchor points. Okay, but they're not anchor points. They're just to adjust the viewing. Okay, you can adjust this to make the left side uh, a little bit like the width, like from width of the right side, or you can adjust the width of the left side. Of course, you can adjust the height of your object. Okay, for example, if you're making a box of some sort, okay, of course you could do some adjustments. If you want to work with just that one, you just use one, want to use that one grid instead of using the whole box, you could adjust through the dots down below. Okay, so what do you do once? Okay, for default, I have it on the left grid. Okay, so if the grid tool is on, okay, you want to click on any shape. For example, the box. Let's use this box. Okay, and then I want to go up on the grid tool. Okay, on the perspective. Once you dial in on that box, notice that okay, it's white. I'm changing it to another color. Notice that the red box, like it transforms to that perspective because I have the perspective on. Okay, but even if you go through the right side, will be on the same perspective with the box on the left. Well, why is that? What I want to make uh, the box which matches the perspective on the right side. What are you? Okay, you have to go up on this box and click on the right grid. Okay, make sure that the right grid is clicked. Okay, once you click that, it should be in red. Okay, the left one will be in blue, the right one will be in red. Okay, once you click on that, you'll be able to edit your item in the right side. Okay, so that's a way of doing a creating a box with perspective. Okay, of course you want to work with down at the bottom with the horizon. You click on the horizon, okay, and then you drag that box. Okay, so it's actually if you want to make like a 3D space, you could use this perspective tool. Pretty important, okay, and if you're doing some illustration, maybe you're doing some comic, you want to do some backgrounds for a comic, or anything with hard surface perspective. Okay, use this perspective to help you out. Okay, so but like something else. Okay? With this grid box in the way, what do I do? Okay, how can I get rid of this box? Um, I wanna design something else. Okay, but it's like doing the perspective thing. Okay, what do I do? make sure to uh, cancel. There's a small X right beside the grid, okay, on this icon right here, okay. So there are four things you can manifest with the box: the left grid, right grid, horizontal, and actually there's a little X. Okay, if you click on that, if I'm able to click on that, okay. Okay, it's not working somehow or other. Let's see what's going on. Okay, right click on that. Okay, you have to go back to the, make sure your grid tool is on, okay? Then you can process that, hide grid. Once you hide grid, you can edit like use your ordinary, you know, tools, okay? So make sure if you wanna, like, if you don't want to use the perspective tool, okay, always, like, when you have it on, you won't be able to like edit anything else, okay? Or follow this perspective in which you select. But in case you want to design something else, you want to shut down that grid tool, okay? If you're, for example, your grid tool is not selected, you won't be able to turn it off, okay? It's pretty important. So you always want to go back to the grid, okay? So go to the grid tool, switch on that, and you'll be able to shut it off. Okay? So it's actually not that complicated once you get a hang of it. Okay? So that's the perspective tool. I don't use it a whole lot because when I'm dealing with perspective, I usually like 3D software or Photoshop. Okay? But there's not a lot of time when I need to use the perspective. But it's there. Okay? So of course there are other like this perspective selection tool. Use that to select on the change the location of the perspective. It's there to need it, but if you don't need it, just shut it off. Okay, the perspective tool, click on it, use it. Don't need it, just shut it off. But when you just remember when you're not able to shut it off, that means you're not on the perspective. So you have to have it on in order to shut it off. Okay. So we've been through the mesh tool, which is like to have multiple colors within an item. Okay, we've been through that, so I don't go over that. And then we have grid tool, of course. We had this on the second or third lesson. So, and the item tool, pretty plain and simple. They just duplicate from another object, duplicate color or stroke color the other object. Okay, even from the stroke. Okay, you can use the uh, eyedrop. Okay, and underneath the eyedrop measure. Okay, this is just very simple. Okay, just in case you want to measure your eye. Okay. Oh yeah. By the way, if you want to like change the units in which the your file is based on. Okay. As for now, if you want to look at your properties, okay, everything is in. For me, I like to work with millimeters, metric. That's the whole world except for Americans. Okay, metrics are pretty like unique to use. So I like to work with like millimeters, okay, because all the print out mostly calculated meters. You can either work with centimeters or whatever you desire. But if you're working with like videos, you probably want it in pixels. Okay, in order to change that, I might miss out. I let you guys know. Go to File, you go to Doc Setup, and as for now, see the units are in millimeters. I think I talked about this. Okay? You can change it to pixels, whatever type of like unit that you desire. Okay, so and of course, if you want to do some measurement, go back to measurement. Okay, there are like some other. Okay, I think I can bring up here. It's the roller. Okay, you come up here to view and drag here to rulers. Okay, it'll say show rulers. Okay, let's click on that. Yeah, notice that a measurement popped up. Okay, that's the ruler. Okay, when you start up this file, like for example here, a new file, you always want to type in a measurement, right? Yeah, or go to print, then go pick out a default. There will always be a measurement. So the size of your canvas will be based on that open file, right? And these are the calculation of your file. Okay, starts from 0. Okay, so because I'm working on with millimeters, these rulers, the horizontal ruler, the vertical ruler will be based on millimeters. Okay, so on the upper left, okay, because we work with 0. Okay, so it's 0 positive, like go toward the right. Okay, so it's like around like 210 millimeters, which is 21 centimeters. And then if you go like vertical, starts from 0, which is the upper left corner, that's the 0. Okay, so anything beyond, underneath, on the left side, that's negative. That means your object might be outside of the the calculated box. So go vertically 0 to like whatever the left your canvas is. In this case, I'm working with A4, so this would be like 27.94, something like that. Yeah. So that's the calculation of the canvas. Okay. So yeah, so you have your box. Okay, so I want to bring up here the measurement. Okay, the measure tool. Okay, once you click on that measure tool, you drag and see the length of your, the length of your cursor. Okay, once you drag on it, notice the calculation on the info. Okay, you want to read on that. Okay, drag on this box. And just in case your hand is not steady, click on Shift. Okay, to make a an absolute straight line. Okay, so do that calculation. So it has a width of 116.5 somehow millimeters. Yeah, so that's the calculation for the box. Okay, so that's the measure tools, plain and simple. Okay, yeah, just in case what okay, once we're talking about the measurements anyway, so I want to like talk a little bit about guiding. Okay, like sometimes if you want to work with like a consistent box and then want to align these boxes together somehow, like you could go to the ruler. Okay, for example, over here, I go up to the horizontal ruler, I click on it, I click and hold. Okay, then drag down. Notice that there's a dashed line. Okay, I want to bring that dashed line maybe on top of that box. Yeah, right there. Okay, I didn't. Okay, now this would be a guide. Okay, so you could like put your box right on that line in order. Once it's close to that line, it'll work like a magnet. It'll like close in and snap on it. Okay, so that would be a guide. Like, okay, you can also go vertically, click and drag, and make out a dash line, and then I'm gonna go to the left corner of the box, and then let go, another guideline will flip. Okay, that is for like in case you're doing some kind of layout, and then you want your your layout to be aligned on the left or on the line on the top, anything. That's a guide. It won't be printed or it won't be shown. Okay, it's just easy for you to work with. Okay, you want to make sure that your layouts are aligned, get aligned the way you want it. Okay, it's not like you're not. If there's no guide, it's hard to tell if the boxes are aligned together or not. Okay, so this it's pretty simple tool. You could you know just uh, use this guide to to help you out. Okay, of course, if you make a mistake, you can always move this guy. Okay. But sometimes when we're designing, okay, we don't want to move this guy. We don't want to accidentally select on the guy because I don't want to, mess up on my design. It's there to help me out. You could right click and there's a lock guide. Okay. Lock guide, you won't be able to select it. You'll be able to just select your object. Okay. Just right key, MP spot, right key, and then lock guide. In case it's locked, you can always unlock it. If you make a mistake, you can always select on it and then move your guideline. Okay. But not many people know this. Sometimes when your items are too complicated, you might like have a lot of guides within your design. Like sometimes you wanna do like a lot of stuff maybe symmetrically, or you have too many guides. Like actually, it's hard to read. Not many people know this, but actually you can cut your guide. Okay. Let me try this. This is like a secret thing you could do. You could go eraser tool, okay? Use the secret tool. Actually, not many people know this one. Actually, you could cut your guide. You think notice Ryan's cut? Yeah, not many people know this. You can actually separate your guidelines. Okay, and it's just there. No, literally a guideline. Okay, lock it in case you wanna, don't wanna touch it. Right. So that's guides work. So that's like the ruler, the measure tool, and the guides case you need it. Okay, it's there to organize the layouts. Yeah, so that's the guide tool. Okay, I don't want this guy sitting here right now. You probably want the guide, but you don't want to see it because it's like in the way. Is there like a way to turn it off? Yeah, yes, of course. You want to right click again to notice that there's a selection that says hide guides. Okay, click on that. Okay, your guides will be gone. They're not deleted; they're still there. You're just turning it off. Okay, so you won't be able to. You don't want to, like, when you're dealing with, like, sometimes you're dealing with details and your design, and then you have too many grids, and then too many guidelines, and then it's in the way. So you want to turn off with it to view on your option. Okay. Well, since we're talking about ruler and measurements, might as well talk about grid. Okay. There's another functionality. You go to view and go down and save a grid. Okay. Grid. Let's click on that. See what happens. Okay. Notice that there's a grid that runs throughout this. Okay. So canvas is actually, it's not actually white. It's actually just blank. Okay. So we'll maybe show the grid. Okay. Of course, not on paper because it's blank. So it's, depending on the paper, it will be white. Okay. Mostly if I use color paper, it'll be colors. Okay. So that's why do we have to like grid on our, for example, artwork. Okay. This is in case like if I'm making out a box. Okay. And the boxes might be in the white. Okay. So notice that I can see the box, right? Even though it's in white. Okay. Because I have that grid, so I know the item. Okay? If I don't have the grid on, okay, for example, left key and high grid, okay, you won't be able to tell if there's a box or not, okay, because you're working with like a white background, okay. So it's pretty handy tool to use just in case that you have a white item and you happen to have a white background. You want to show that, okay, and it's easier for you to do some measurements because like, and then all these grid, this squares within this grid are you can set up the measurements for it. For example, For grid, the size, there's a medium. I could click on it to make it bigger, and click OK. Now I have bigger grid. Okay, if you look in at it, you could use that grid as a guide. Okay, and you could use the grid, the guideline to actually fix really nice layouts out perfectly. Okay, so that's grid tool for you. Just in case that there's too much going on, you think the grid is getting into the way, just turn right key, high grid. Yeah, we all got it. So actually, the guideline and the grid, okay, but I won't be able to see the box. Okay, so that's the ruler, the grid, and the measure tool. Okay, just in case that you want to do some measuring. Okay, and here we'll be working on this blend tool. Okay, but I want to talk about this a little bit later. I'll go through the rest of these. Okay, so we'll be all done with the toolbar area. Okay, let's use this simple sprayer. Okay, I don't use this often because it's not really my cup of tea. Okay, so I have a basic design. Okay, I just designed a dog out of AI. Let's use that. Okay, if I have a design, okay, for example, this one, and I want to make it into it's actually called a simple sprayer. Why is it called simple sprayer? Because it works with another software called Adobe Animate, Adobe Flash. Okay, and Flash works with symbols. Okay, you could look at this as sort of like a stamp or some sort. Okay, you want to make symbols. Okay, and you want to go to Window and go down on that symbol. Okay, yeah, the symbol. The symbol panel will pop up. Oh, let's not work on this stuff yet. Okay, I want to put it aside. Okay, let's go through with selecting the default symbols. Okay, for example, this one, it's a vector grind. Let's select on that, and then select on this simple sprayer, and let's click on that. Okay, so we'll be able to do, yeah, multiple, or it's just like a spray paint. Okay, yeah, you wanna go in that again, and I want to probably bring down the width of the spray. You can do it, change it on top, or just use the two. I forgot the name of these two. The two keys beside the letter P. Those two controls the width of the sprayer. Okay, and you could click and hold and do a spray. Okay, and then want to probably click on something else. Let's click on the second one, orange thing, and click on the spray. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's creating dots. Okay, just in case that it's handy for you to use when you're designing probably a night sky with stars. Okay, you could have a star as a symbol, then make a symbol out of that. You could spray it all over. Okay, for example, over here I have a dog, right? And let's make that into a symbol. Okay, if you right click on it, nothing would show up. You have to really dig into edit. Sorry, object, and let's see. Oh, not sorry. Let's just go to the symbols panel. Okay, and there's a plus sign. Okay, it says new symbol. Just click on that, and then we'll say new symbol. You can name it. I just want to name it dog, and serves as a new. Just leave all this be and click OK. Now you have a new symbol. Okay, and the new symbol is named dog. Once you click on that symbol spray, you'll have dogs all. Okay. yeah, multiple logs because it's like you know, running the sort of like a stamp. But it's actually you figure, okay, there are many vector points with that dog, but I could spray as much as I want to, but it's not doing any delays. I could still move around with the cursor with all these objects. Why is that? Why is not like laying in your computer? Okay, what it is that although there are many like items, all the same item, but it's because it's a symbol. Like the vector works sometimes like you could have multiple items of the same object. It's only calculated once. Okay, so although there are like multiple objects of the same item, okay, it's not like dragging down on your the calculation on your CPU or your GPU. It's still like based on that one item. So if you want to do like multiple items, multiple uh, like items of the same thing, you could use the simple tool. Okay, it's like it actually helps the calculation on your computer. Okay, it won't like lag because it's like duplicating the item. Okay, it's actually based on this item when you're turning it into simple. Okay, so if you're working with like multiple items of the same thing, okay, then I suggest you turn that item into a symbol. Okay, if I can make myself clear. Okay, so if the same item, multiple, change it to a symbol, and then use this symbol sprayer. Okay, then it will be only calculated as the same item, so it won't like bring like lag to your computer. Okay, I hope you guys get the idea. Okay, so that's it for symbol sprayer. I don't use this a whole lot, but it's there in case you need it. Yeah, in case you're doing night sky, stars, and then multiple items, you can use that. Okay, we're getting graphs. Okay, this I don't use this a whole lot, so I have really a little frustration understanding this. Okay, let's click on that. Of course, there are different graphs you could use column graphs or bar graphs, line graph, area graph, or pie graph. Okay, for example, this pie graph you might want to you don't want to click and drag. You want to click once to do okay. This size of it. It will be like a sort of like a thing you work with Excel. Okay, you want to type in some numbers. Okay, let's try maybe 200 something like that. Let's click there and see what's going on. Okay, once you're done, click on the check. There'll be like a pie or some sort or any graph that you desire. I have a hard time working on this graph tool. So yeah, if you guys like know how to use it, you're welcome to share because I have a hard time understanding this how the numbers are clicked in. So no, I'm not 100% familiar with it. That means I'm not 100% familiar with Illustrator. Okay? That's the one tool I don't really have a hang on. Okay, yeah. So it's there. If you need it, you can study more on it. But on this course, I won't go deep dive into that because it's a little bit advanced. Yeah. So I'll go to the next tool, which is the artboard. Okay. Yeah. Once you click on the artboard, notice that the artboard you're working on, okay, it's a dashed lines. Okay. And notice that on top or on the side on the properties panel, it'll show the sometimes if your screen is too small, like I mean the resolution is not big enough, you won't be able to see the width and the height on top. So you have to adjust it on the properties panel. Okay. So or you could just like for example, if I have an artboard, right? This is A4. But I want to change the size of the artboard. You could just click on the artboard tool, and of course, you can adjust your artboard. Okay, now your artboard it'll show the value. The height, okay, now it's 104 millimeters. So I want to change it to 100. Boom. Now it's 100 millimeters on height, right? So that's the artboard, right? You can always make your design object within your artboard. Okay. Oh, but there's something else I could do. Okay. What if I'm working with PDF and then I have multiple pages? Okay. So what do I do? For example, this one might be this box right here. We give it a number. Maybe this will give you 1. This one want to make things simple for you guys to understand. Okay, this 1 on the red box, and then within this artboard, right? Let's click on that artboard tool again. Notice that it's on default, it's pretty small. On the upper left corner, it'll say 01, artboard 1, right? That means it's the first artboard, okay? So what if I want to make a second artboard? You can actually make multiple artboards within Illustrator, okay? You could actually export multiple images, or if you're designing a booklet, okay? So you might want to export multiple images. Okay, there's a couple of things you could do. I could click on that artboard tool and then click and drag to make a second artboard. Okay. Yeah, notice that it says O2, artboard 2, right? Yeah, and then you could once the artboard tool is on, you could always click and drag and move that artboard, right? Yeah, but the calculations are not the same, right? Because I click and drag. So you really have to go on your properties panel and give it the right value in order to have the same value. If you're dealing with the same, maybe you're designing a booklet, it has to have the same size for each page, okay? But there's an easier way, okay? Let's click on that artboard tool again. I'm gonna click on the second artboard. I'm gonna delete it. Now there'll only be one artboard, okay? Use the Option tool or the Alt key on your keyboard, okay? Notice that the cursor will have a double cursor icon, okay? Now I'm actually duplicating that artboard, okay? You click and drag, okay? You're duplicating the same artboard, and if you let go on it, now it'll say O2 artboard 1 copy, okay? That means you duplicated the artboard of artboard 1 and including the items, right? So you have item 1, the artboard 1 and artboard 2, okay? And for artboard 2, I want to go back to my design. I want to change that 1 to a 2, okay? So it's easier to, without copying and pasting all these items in your artboard back and forth, right? Yeah, so duplicating is a pretty easy method, okay, to work on. Okay, what if I want to have a third one, okay? I want to click on that artboard again, the second one, press down on the Alt key or the Option key on Mac, click and drag, and yeah, I have a third artboard, right? I want to zoom in at it. Okay, let's try something else. Now you see the artboard will say 03 and artboard 1 copy 2, okay? So, of course, I can change this to 3, okay? Yeah, that would be the third one. But I want to delete everything, okay? I want to show you a trick, okay? For example, over here, this red box with this 01, with this number over here. I want to click and drag on that. Make sure to click a empty spot on the artboard you're working on, okay? You want to click and drag on both of these items. What if I want to copy the same item and then paste on the exact spot on the third artboard? Okay, but how am I supposed to do that? Okay, if I copy, which is Command C or Control C, okay, or edit, copy if you prefer. Okay, I want to copy that item, but if I do a paste, which is Command or Control V or edit paste. Okay. Remember, anything you paste will be at the center of the screen. Okay, will be in the middle, right? So it won't, like, even though if I'm, working on the third artboard, want to do a paste, it won't be at the exact spot. So what do I do? Okay, always make sure that when you copy an item, you want to select on an empty spot first. Select the stuff you want to copy. So Command or Control C to copy and go down to the empty spot. And this time, you don't want to just use paste. You want to use this paste in place. Okay. Well, I use paste in front mostly. Both of these would do. So it depends. I use Control F because it's less button to press. Paste in place, you actually have to press three buttons. Just use paste in front, okay, which is Control or Command F. Okay, you wanna click on the blank area of the new artboard first. Okay, for example, here the third one. Okay, then use Control or Command F. Okay, now it'll be paste exactly on the same spot. Okay, get the idea. So if you're doing like multiple pages, sometimes your designs may not be the same, but maybe, for example, page 3 item goes also to page 8 of the same spot, then this will work. Okay, you want to always copy on your previous designs and go to your new design and do a copy in place or copy in front to paste that item at the exact spot. Okay, so you don't have to do minor adjustments to make sure that it's at the same spot. That would be like time consuming. Okay, so it's always good to memorize some hotkeys. Okay, since we're diving into artboard, yeah, we're almost done. I want to go to Windows and artboards. Okay, yeah, this panel will pop up, which is the artboard panel. Okay, there are different orders. Okay, in which it's not. It looks like a layer panel, but it's not. Okay, notice that the artboard says 1, and it says 1 copy, and it's 1 copy 2. Okay, because all these new artboards are based on the first artboard. Okay, you duplicate, for example, the second one. I want to go back to that artboard tool again. I want to duplicate the second one. Okay, so now it's on 2. Okay, it says artboard 1 copy. I want to click on the option or Alt key on your keyboard, duplicate the fourth one, but use the number 2 one. Notice that it'll say the new one would say artboard copy 3. Okay, so sometimes you want to, but just in case you want to make sure what you're doing, you can actually rename this. Okay, so this one I want to probably rename this artboard 2, this one artboard 3. You could give it any name. Okay, any name that you could say artboard 4. Now it's in the right. You have the right name for it. Okay, I noticed that there are 2 numbers. One is 02. That's the second artboard. Artboard 2. And the artboard, you could name anything you want. Okay, but it does give a specific order. Okay, 04 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, which is the numbers goes according to your the numbers on the left. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice that the each item which I select each in each individual artboard. Right, but you can also change the order of the artboard. For example, here I'm on artboard 4. Right, I click and drag on the artboard panel. I want to drag it to the second spot underneath the artboard 2. Now artboard 4 will be the second artboard. This is just in case that if I'm doing a export of these images, for example, here I want to go to export, go on files, export as. And okay, this on my desktop. Okay, or maybe a new folder on my desktop. So I wanna well, it's just on my desktop. Okay, I'm naming anything. I'll name it. Okay, a demo, and make sure you want to click on that use artboard. Okay, otherwise it'll be based on the the scale of your design will be based on the design within the artboard. Okay, we don't want that. Okay, always click on that use artboard. Okay, all four, and then I want it to be in a PNG format. Okay, it'll ask what's the resolution. If I'm dealing with a screen resolution, just leave it on 74, 72. Okay, if you're printing it, then make it higher. Okay, of course there are all other like custom resolutions. I'll just leave it on 72 for now. Okay, click on OK. For the image according to the order on the artboard. Okay, so let's look at that. Those four images which I exported, which is on the desktop. Uh, could be somewhere in my desktop. Okay, uh, let me take a look at it. Where is the items? Desktop. Click on the desktop. Yeah, see that 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'll be in that order. Okay, 2, 3, 4. So you guys get the idea. Okay, so when you're dealing with multiple images, okay, always use uh, your artboard tool. Okay, you can change the order, or you could duplicate, and then you could rename it, whatever you like. Okay, one more thing, then we'll take a break. Okay, uh, for example, I have a box open over here within this artboard, this red box. But let's change it to another color, maybe a yellow box. Okay, and sometimes your design, your item, you want to make your artboard to you want to explore export this item, just the size of this item without like changing the size of your artboard. Okay, you could select on that item and then select on the uh, artboard tool, or otherwise you can just use the artboard tool. Okay, and then click on that item, and that item will become an artboard. Okay, so those at this 5 artboard 6. Okay, that means there's another artboard within an artboard. You could do that. But once you export, it will be like for example here 5 artboards. The sixth one wouldn't be the same size with the other artboards because the artboard is based on the size of that specific item. Notice that the dash lines. Okay, so you want to select on a specific item, and then want to click on that artboard, and then you want to click on that item when you're using artboard, and then a new artboard will appear, like making your item another artboard, like based on that item. Okay, and of course you can always delete that artboard. You don't need it. Okay, so that's artboard for you. A lot of people like does not know like how to change the scale or do the orders to switch the orders on the artboard. I have problem myself, and I discovered this, and yeah, it's there if you need it. If you're dealing with like multiple pages items, this is what you need to do. Okay, so it's a simple tool, but it's necessary. Well, let's take a break for 10 minutes. Let's come back like 14 after 2, and I'll continue with the blend. Okay, so the rest of these are pretty simple. We'll get through it in a minute. So let's take a break for now, and see you then. Oh yeah, okay. Sweet. We'll be having a midterm. Okay, so make sure everyone is here. Okay, we'll be doing our midterm in class. Okay, I'll have a thing for you to draw, and then you have to wait. You have to complete it during these 2 hours. Okay, so next week be sure to be here, to have a computer ready. Okay, you can use school computer or it's better than a laptop. Okay, because I want you to complete our midterm in class. Okay, it's not a bring home homework. Okay? Don't worry about uh, as long as you're here, uh, like well, practice at home. Okay, but we want to complete our task during class, just in case that you still have problem. I'll be available to help you out. Okay, our task is to complete the midterm class. And if you still have problem like using these tools you're not familiar with, I'll be here to help you out. Okay. So yeah, but do some practice at home. Okay. Be sure to be here. I'll announce it also in our Google Classroom. Okay. Okay. I'll say this in Chinese. 我们下礼拜会进行就是这堂课的期中考，所以说请务必要来，然后最好是你有笔电带笔电，那没有笔电的话就是想办法就是就是抢一台电脑这样子我们下礼拜的期中考在课堂完成所以就是带回去所有的作业这样子那我也不用担心，就是说我会在这边如果还是不会操作的话，我可以帮助你，我可以协助你，提示你该怎么去做那我们下礼拜的期中考是在课堂中完成的，所以说请务必要来然后请就是那个就是大家告诉大家让更多人所以下礼拜应该有10点 Okay, continue. Okay, for the people want to talk a little bit about the there's this slice. Okay, this is used to be that if you're doing like a graphic designing for websites. Okay, so if you have multiple like images in which wanna, for example, if you wanna probably work on that artboard. If I have, for example, if I have like multiple layouts, on box layouts. For example, I use this one as a example over here. Zoom in on it. For example, I have here an orange background with like multiple boxes of other colors, maybe a red, maybe a, for example, these are images or other design in which you have. I'll just make it simple. Sorry, probably like if I'm doing a website, it might be a, for example, a news section of some sort. Okay. Yeah, for example, right there. Okay. I might have like different texts. Okay. Yeah, for example, this is just a basic layout for anything. Okay. Mostly for websites. And yeah, I use the slice tool, okay, which is the one right here. If I click on that, you can actually go in and slice some of the those the 1, 2, 3, 4 number of each slice square. For example, I want to slice on that second um, item, the purple one, and then it'll be like calculated according to a board to a specific order which the AI software came up with, like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 something like that. Then if I want to like export it, like if I want to use it like save for web, all these are different, like will be in different images. They'll be sliced. Okay. So you want to like fit all these images within a container where you're designing a website. Okay. But this is not CSS. Okay? This is an old method in which you want to design websites. Like modern website designing does not do this anymore. So so it's there. It's an old method in which we want to design websites. Okay, so you need the slice tool in order to do that. It's there, but it's not necessarily like like modern website designs. You don't use this anymore. So modern website designing use CSS. Okay, instead of slicing images. Okay, so this is an old method in which you slice the image into different, uh, square bits and pieces to like sort of works like a puzzle. You bring them up, match them up together in a container, and then you can actually Illustrator, you can export that artwork into the HTML. I think it's still be able to do that. Let me take a look. PNG, but probably not export, but somehow you can still export as a website, as a web page, right? As an HTML. That's in that case you need some slicing. So it's there, need it, but I don't want to dig into that, but because we use that anyway. Okay? So the hand tool is pretty easy. It's just to click on it. You could like move your whole space area to navigate around your boards. But it's easier to just memorize the shortcut for your hand tool, which is the space key, your space bar. Okay? So I could be anything. Okay, just just hold down on the space bar, and the hand will pop up. You can navigate to your art. Okay, instead of ping through that hand tool to the navigation. Okay? So be an any tool, click, hold down on the space bar and switch to hand tool. Let go and switch back to uh, it's easier that just push down the space bar instead of right. Of course, there are other tile tools can rotate, right? Rotate view tool. That sometimes I use to draw but okay, this you need to know what it is. You can locate your canvas in case you're doing some specific stroke you need to you know to a specific angle you need to to do. You use that rotation tool to move the whole canvas. Of course, the print tile tool is when you're printing, you want your things to be in tiles. Okay, so I don't want to do that. Okay, so just let you guys know that it's there. Okay, the last one would be the magnifying tool, which is zoom in and out. Okay, default will be zoom in, and then you click and drag to make a a a fast zoom in and out when you click and hold, or use the Alt key to zoom out. Okay, you can always do that. And of course, there are like small things you could do with it. Like for example, over here, okay, on the left bottom, now it says 50. Always click on that to change uh, your zooms, the percentage of zoom, okay, of your art, okay, your whole artwork. You can do that, okay. Or otherwise, there's another tool, Windows. There's a navigator, okay. Click on that. Your navigator palette pop up. You can always like you want to enlarge that navigation tool, the navigator palette, and then you can actually move that screen around to find what where your art is, okay? Or click on the icon left and right to show the percentage of that working area. Okay, so that's for you at the navigator palette in order if you want to navigate around your art, right? And then we go down the to figure out. Okay. Okay, I want to talk next thing. Okay, that would be our project for today. It's the blend, the last